UConn, are you kidding me? You go 4 for 26 from the 3-point line and you still win over Louisville 79 to 66. So yes, in this video we are going to take a look at UConn's victory over Louisville, review the game, and take a look at the different players for UConn, stock up, stock down, and just go through it. So before we start, if you enjoy the content, then please consider subscribing to the channel and giving the video a like. In this game, so UConn came out of the gates firing. They dominated the first quarter, 25-9. Then the second quarter, they still won it 19-14. Then they drew the third quarter. UConn and Louisville had 17 apiece, and then they lost the fourth quarter 18-26. It got a little bit tight. I think it got within 10 in the last few minutes, but then just Sarah Strong turned it back on and into the game. I thought it was good in the post game how Gino Auriemma didn't call out the team in terms of how it got a bit close in the end. He was like, that's basketball. You expect that to happen. We're not going to go through the season, he said, just being miserable by critics calling us out and saying we haven't won that game by a large enough margin. I think that's a smart way to play it. And I think overall he's just more excited that UConn could win the game pretty handily, shooting 4 for 26 from the 3-point line. That was an impossible dream a couple of years ago where they did not have any bigs, but UConn can win in multiple ways now. So stock up. The first one, stock, who's just continues to rise, is obviously Sarah Strong. If the ball's in her hands, then good things are going to happen. She went for 21 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and only had 1 turnover. Now, I think one of my first videos on Sarah Strong was when she was in high school and just was the #1 recruit. I didn't realize how good she was. And I remember I had a little snarky comment about her high school coach who compared her to Magic Johnson. I was like, way to go. Way not to put too much pressure on her coach. You know, comparing Sarah Strong to Magic Johnson, who I think is one of the best players ever. And well, I need to eat it now. Back to Sports officially gives an apology to Sarah Strong's high school coach, because that's what she is. And I know it upsets some comparing women players to men players. So if you don't like that, then I think she's Alyssa Thomas with an outside shot. So either way, she is just getting better and better in this game. She just put all the skills out there. She can go low, do a turnaround on somebody and have the mismatch that way as well. Much like Alyssa Thomas, she can grab the rebound and she's like a freight train running down the court. She had one finger roll that was really nice. The other thing she can do is she can do pick and roll from the perimeter, obviously, because she can shoot the ball. And she didn't shoot well in this game, and either did AZ Fudd, but there was one instance where I think it was in the third quarter, and I probably won't be able to find the video, but her and AZ Fudd were just re-picking and rolling for each other. And eventually, AZ Fudd had an open shot from the top of the key, which she missed, but still, the action was just so good. I was just like, there's no hope for other teams when you have AZ Fudd and Sarah Strong in a two-man action. It's just undefendable. Now, speaking of Fudd, she only went 2 for 8 from the 3-point line, but she still went for 20 points. She got her shot off in mid-range. I think that's a great sign, and in getting to the basket and imposing her will on the game. So I'd say it was her, then Fudd, and then the other one that really stood out is stock up, KK Arnold. She pushes the ball up court quickly. She's athletic as always on defense. Her outside shot as well. She hit 3 of 6 shots from outside of the key, including 1 3-pointer. If she keeps on hitting consistently from the outside, it just really makes UConn just that much tougher. Ashlyn Shade, she struggled from the outside, only hitting 2 of 10, but she still contributes even when her shot's not hitting. That's the key, and that's what Gino Auriemma likes. So she was able to get 7 rebounds, 3 steals, and finally the last starter, Sarah Williams. She only went for 4 points on 2 of 6 shooting, but she has such a presence inside. Like, you know, she's a threat more than El Alfie or Ice Brady gave you. In addition, she gets on the offensive board. So she had 6 offensive rebounds, 2 defensive rebounds, so 8 rebounds in total, 4 assists as well. So she was able to pass the ball out. Yeah, the starting lineup looks good. I guess one criticism for UConn, the stock down, would be the bench, except for Kaylee Heckel. Heckel got 23 minutes. She went for 14 points, 6 of 12 shooting. She couldn't hit any 3-point shots. She went 0 for 4. But what she did so well was just moving off the ball, cutting to the basket, and was just taking passes. When they would double, she would cut the lane hard and get easy looks. Now, at this stage, you can see at some point, I wouldn't be surprised if UConn goes to the 3-guard lineup with Fudd, and they did that during this game, I think. At least I know she was playing with KK, so they basically had KK and Heckel in at the same time, and you'd imagine Fudd, and if they wanted to go Sarah Strong and Sarah Williams potentially, that would be if they're taking out Shade, but that's what they're going to run with at times. And Heckel just looks like she just fits right in, knows exactly what UConn's wanting to do, and was putting some good defensive pressure on as well. Now, the bad news, prior to the game, UConn announced that Blanca Quinones was out with a shoulder. She's day-to-day reportedly. Keep an eye on that. Shoulders always make me nervous. And Blanca can be a big key to UConn because she would allow them, if she can get in the rotation, allows UConn to go small but remain big because she's so big for the skills that she has. Now, as I sort of expected before the season started, Ice Brady and Jana L. Alfie, they're sort of the losers right now, and Sarah Williams transferring to UConn. As Ice Brady got 9 minutes, no points, and 4 rebounds, Jana L. Alfie was limited to 8 minutes, got 2 points, and 4 rebounds as well. And really, Sarah Williams just gives you more on defense, more of a threat in the post, obviously, and that's just going to cut into their time. Ice Brady really needs to show that she can offer something different from the perimeter because I don't see, if you take Williams out and Sarah Strong's not at the 4, why do you put Ice Brady in there if she can't hit the shot from outside? Allie Zabel got 5 minutes and she had 1 shot and missed it. It was really her chance to get some shots off because nobody else could hit, but unfortunately she couldn't take advantage. The other news is Morgan Shelley didn't travel with UConn to this game, so I think it's looking more and more likely that Morgan Shelley's going to redshirt. Now, the other loser in this game was the end of the UConn bench, as I think at least that if they would have been able to keep Louisville down, then Gino would have cleared his bench and Khalees Fisher would have gotten some time, Patterson and Caroline Ducharme, but because it got tight, he never really got a chance to put them in, which is a shame. Now, next is Florida State on the 11th of November. That should be good to just see. My big hope is Blanca's back in the lineup because I want to see her get some minutes because I think that's the one that could really make a difference for UConn and give them another lineup, which would be fun to watch. Now it's over to you. Your thoughts, your comments, your poison. It's all welcome. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great night.